Hello my friends, përshëndetje miqtë e mi. This is my YouTube channel, Learn Albanian with Viola or Viola GJ, and this is me, Viola. Now, I have prepared for you some videos, and this will be the first part of this short story that is called The Barbarda dhe Shtatë Gjugjat, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. In these videos that I have prepared for you, I'm going to read the story in English and then I'm going to explain it in Albanian. And you are going to learn a lot more vocabulary. You are going to learn the structure of the sentence in Albanian language and also grammar in Albanian language that I will explain it for you. So let's start with this story, and you will learn a lot more things. So let me know your opinion as well. At the end of the story, I'm going to ask you some questions to also see if you have understood it or if you can answer in Albanian language. Why not? So let's start. So let's start with the first part of this story. Now, usually in English, you say first part. So the adjective is before the noun. While in Albanian, the adjective is almost always after the noun. So in this case, when you say first part, in Albanian is pjesa e parë. Pjesa is the part, and first is e parë. So pjesa e parë, the first part. Let's start with the first sentence. Na ishte një herë shumë kohë më parë, një mbret dhe një mbretëresh, të cilët mbretëronin shumë larg. In English is once upon a time there was a king and a queen who ruled over a distant land. Now, in English, usually when you start a story, you start with once upon a time. And in Albanian, we usually start the story with na ishte një herë shumë kohë më parë, which is the same thing. So it's like an expression. And then we have was, ishte. Ishte is the past tense of the verb to be, in the third person, singular. And then we have a king. A king is një mbret. Usually when in Albanian language we have the nouns in indefinite form and the definite form. In this case, when we have a number before the noun, then it will be always indefinite form. So for example, if we say the king, it will be mbreti. But if we use one king or a king, it will be një mbret, indefinite form. And the same thing will happen with the other word, that is një mbretëresh. So the queen is mbretëresha, the definite form. While in definite form we have një mbretëresh, so one queen or a queen. Të cilët. Të cilët in English is who. You don't make the difference if you are talking about one person or more people, or if they are in masculine or in feminine. While in Albanian we make this difference. So this who in English is who, but in Albanian can be I cili, which is the singular form of the masculine, e cila, which is the plural form, the feminine form of the of who, and then we have also the plural form that is të cilët. Të cilët, in this case, it's since we are talking about a man and a woman, usually when we make the plural, it will be the masculine form. That's why we have të cilët. If we were using two women, then we were going to use të cilat. That will be the plural form in feminine. So in this case, we have të cilët. Mbretëronin. Mbretëroj is the verb to rule. Mbretëroj. In this case, we have the verb in the past tense, mbretëronin, and also in the third person plural. So they ruled. ata mbretëronin. Shumë larg means very far. In English is translated here a distant land, but actually in the real translation is very far, shumë larg. Let's continue. Mbretëresha ishte e dashur dhe e mirë. So as you see here, now we have the queen. So the queen, it's in the definite form, mbretëresha. Then ishte is the verb to be in the past tense. So in the third person singular, she was, mbretëresha ishte. E dashur means lovely. In English, again, you don't make a difference here between the masculine and the feminine, but in Albanian, yes. So since we are talking about the queen that is a woman, then we are using e dashur. If it was the king, we were going to use I dashur. The same thing for the other adjective, kind. In Albanian, feminine, because we are talking about the queen, is e mirë. And if we were talking about a man, we would say I mirë, kind. Atë e donin të gjithë qytetarët e saj. All the people of the realm adored her. Atë e donin. Atë is like her. Dua is the verb to love or to adore. Të gjithë means all. Qytetarët e saj are actually her people or her citizens. Qytetar is a citizen. Qytetari, the citizen. In this case, qytetarët, it's in plural, no, the people. E saj means her. E saj, I saj, all these are adjectives and they are always after the noun. So if in Albanian in English we will say her people, in Albanian we will say njerëzit e saj. So like a normal adjectives after the noun. I vetmi trishtim në jetën e mbretëreshës ishte dëshira për një fëmijë. Now here we have something particular. I vetmi trishtim. Usually in Albanian we use trishtim I vetëm. So the only sadness. Because this only, usually we put it after. But when we usually want to stress something, that is the only thing, then we use it before the noun. So in this case, I vetmi, the only. Sadness, trishtim, a sadness. If we have the definite form, the sadness is trishtimi. Në jetën e mbretëreshës. Also here we have something different from English. In English we have the queen's life, in the queen's life, while in Albanian we don't use like mbretëreshën, so the noun and then the life. So usually we use jetën e mbretëreshës, like we will say for example in English, the life of the queen. It's always like that. The life of the queen. Queen's life. It's always like this in Albanian. So, jeta e mbretëreshës, or in this case, in the queen's life, në jetën e mbretëreshës. Was is the same verb to be in the past tense. Dëshira. Dëshira is a wish. Here they have translated it in English as a verb that she wished for a child, but she didn't have one. Dëshira in Albanian is the wish. Për një fëmijë, for a child. Për një fëmijë. Also here we have the same thing. Fëmija is the child, definite form, but we have before an a number, one child or a child. So the verb or the noun will be in the indefinite form. Një fëmijë, a child. Për një fëmijë, for a child. Okay, so let's continue with the rest of the story. Një ditë të dimri, mbretëreshta ishte ulur pranë një dritare abanozi duke thurur një trikoleshi. Again, here we have një ditë, that is one day, and we have the noun here in the indefinite form. Instead of dita, the day, një ditë, a day. Një ditë dimri, in English we have winter's day or the day of winter. So as we said in Albanian, we use the day of winter. That's why we have një ditë dimri. Mbretëresha, the queen, ishte ulur. Ishte ulur means she was sitting. So it's the past tense. Pran is near. Një dritare abanozi, an ebony window. Again, here we have the form of the adjective that is after the noun. Knitting is duke thurur. This duke thurur is the form of the present continuous tense, duke thurur. I have also another video about the present continuous tense, so if you are curious to know more about it, then I advise you to see that, to find that video. Then një trikoleshi is ullën, so lesh is ull. And ullën cloth, triko leshi. Papritur, një zok ndaloi në dritaren e mbretëreshës dhe vështroi ngultazi. Papritur in Albanian is suddenly. Papritur. Një zok, again here we have the form, the indefinite form of the noun. Ndaloi is to stop actually. To stop in Albanian is ndaloi, and this is the past tense of the verb in the third person singular, because we are talking about the bird. Dritaren e mbretëreshës, the window of the queen. We have forgotten in the noun, the window of the queen in English, but in Albanian we have në dritaren e mbretëreshës. Dhe vështroi ngultazi, vështroi to startle, that means vështroi ngultazi means really to see very closely, like stopping and really without moving the head or without moving my look. So really vështroi ngultazi. Zogu I tërhoqi vëmendjen dhe ajo papritur shpoi gishtin. Zogu, here we have the definite form of the noun, so the bird, zogu. Now in Albanian we have an expression that we use, tërheq vëmendjen. Tërheq vëmendjen is to distract. That is an expression, and this is the past tense, tërhoqi vëmendjen. The past tense, the third person, because again, we are talking about the bird. Now that I tërhoqi vëmendjen, that I before the verb tërhoqi, is actually instead of the noun mbretëresha. So in this case, also I have some videos about this I, but I'm going to do other videos about this part as well. So when we use this I or A instead of a noun. And then shpoj is to prick, and gishti is actually the finger. In this case here, gishtin is in the accusative form. Also about this, I have some videos about the declination of the nouns. So again, I invite you to find this video about the declination of the noun, but I'm going to do more about it. So this is the accusative form. And the accusative form, we see it also in the other noun that is in the previous sentence, dritaren, në dritaren. Usually after the preposition në, that is in or on, we use the accusative form if we are using a noun after that preposition. So, një pikë gjak ra mbi dëborën jashtë dritares. A drop of blood fell down on the snow outside her window. Një pik is a drop. Again, here, instead of saying the definite form, the drop, in Albanian we have a drop, which is një pik, not pika. Then ra is fall down. And again, here we have another preposition, which is mbi, on. This preposition also takes accusative form, and that's why the other noun, Deborah, is in the accusative form. The snow, Deborën in this case. Jashtë dritares, outside the window. Teksa pika e gjakut mbinte mbi Deborën e bardh, ajo mori formën e një fytyre fëmije. Teksa is like as. Pika e gjakut, the drop of the blood. Binte, fall or fell on the snow, mbi Deborën. Ajo mori formën e një fytyre fëmije. Here we can say, yes, it turned into, mori formën e. It turned into, in Albanian is mori formën e. Fytyra is the face in the definite form. Një fytyr is a face. And then baby is fëmija. Fëmija is the baby, and fëmijë is a baby. So in the indefinite form again. Then we have the last sentence for this slide. Mbretëresha shtangu nga çudia dhe ju lut Zotit të borës. The queen, mbretëresha, shtangu nga çudia, was surprised. Like she stopped because she was very surprised. So shtangu nga çudia. Çudia is the surprise in Albanian, so as a noun. Dhe ju lut Zotit të borës and prayed to the god of the snow in this case. Zoti I borës, the god of the snow in English, and then that yeah, so this is all about this slide. So if you have any question, any other question about these sentences, please write them on the description part of this video, below the video. Okay, so let's continue with the rest of the story. Zoti Deborës, sikur të kisha një vajzë, krejt të bardhë si Debora, me flokë të zeza si abanozi dhe me buzë të kuqe si gjaku. So Zoti Deborës, snow god. As you see in this sentence as well, all the adjectives they are after the noun, as it is the normal form in Albanian language. So for example, we have flokë të zeza, black hair, or we have buzë të kuqe, red lips. And also something very interesting here is the si. Si means like. For example, si Deborah, like the snow. Si gjaku, like the blood. Si albanozi, like the ebony. So that is really very interesting form in Albanian language. Jo shumë ka më vonë, mbretëresha mbeti shtatzën, por ajo gjithashtu u sëmur shumë rënd. Soon after that, the queen became pregnant, but at the same time, she fell sick. Now here we can see the form of mbes shtatzën, to become pregnant. And in this case, we have the past tense, mbeti shtatzën, she became pregnant. And another very interesting thing is sëmur. Un jam sëmur in Albanian is I am sick. I am very sick. Un jam sëmur shumë rënd. I am very sick. Jam sëmur shumë rënd. Shumë doktorë e vizituan por pas një përmirësim. Many doctors tried to cure her, but she did not recover. So, one doctor, një doktor. In this case, many doctors, shumë doktor. Then, yes, e dashur, mos u shqetëso, do të çrohesh shpejt, mos I humb shpresat, ki besim, ëndrajon për të pasur një fëmijë, do të plotësohet shumë shpejt. Now, e dashur, dear, e dashur, this is also used for a person that will love, I dashur, e dashur, in this case the feminine. Mos u shqetëso. This mos, I have also mentioned this in other videos, that means don't. So mos u shqetëso, don't worry. You will be all right soon. Do të shërohesh shpejt. That means do të shërohem in Albania means I will recover. Do të shërohem. In this case, you will recover. Ti do të shërohesh. It's the future tense, do të. Mos I humb shpresat. Again, this mos, don't. Don't lose hope. Mos I humb shpresat. Here, in this case, shpresat, it is in the plural form. But we can use also the singular form. Mos e humb shpresën. Don't lose hope. Ki besim, like have trust. Andra. Andra in Albanian is the dream. Andra. And in this case is andra jon, our dream. Again here that jon is like an adjective, no, possessive one. So that is after the noun again. Not our dream like in English, but andra jon, after the noun. Një fëmijë is the baby, so a baby. Then po, I dashur, më e mira do të bëhet. Zoti I borës na bekoj. Asgjë do të shkoj keq. Yes, my dear, po, I dashuri im. I'm hoping for the best. I am means that I am hoping for the best. In Albanian actually is that unë po shpresoj për më të mirën. Or më e mira do të bëhet is the same thing. Më e mira means the best thing will happen. Do të bëhet. The best thing will happen. Zoti I borës, the snow god, na bekoj. Now, this verb bekoj is to bless someone. Na bekoj, we are blessed. Asgjë means nothing. Nothing can go wrong. In Albanian, we use the double negative. So we say asgjë, nothing, but also we say will not go wrong. So that's why here we have both this S and the apostrophe means will not. It's the part of not. That is usually before the verb. Do të shkoj means will go. That is the future tense or of shkoj, the verb to go. So let's continue with the last part. Shumë shpejt erdhi pranvera. Soon the spring blossomed. Now here we have shpejt that in English is soon, while in Albanian shumë shpejt means very soon. Pranvera is the spring in the definite form. Lulet qelën kudo, ndërkohë bëheshin dhe përgatitjet për ardhjen e fëmijës. The flowers bloomed everywhere as they were preparing for the baby coming. Lulet is the plural form of flowers. So the singular one is lulia, the flower. Qel is the verb to bloom, and in this case it's the third person plural, qelën. And kudo is everywhere. Sa më shumë afrohej dita, aq më rënd sëmurej mbretëresha. As the days were drawing near, the queen became more and more sick. I become sick. Unë sëmurem. Ishte një ditë, një mëngjes, plot shkëlqim, dielli ndriste, thuaj se do të shkrinte krejt borën e dimrit atë ditë. It was a bright morning. Ishte një mëngjes plot shkëlqim. Also here we have again the noun mëngjes that is in the indefinite form, një mëngjes, a morning. Mëngjesi is the morning. Plot shkëlqim, very bright, like shumë shkëlqim, plot shkëlqim, full of brightness. Dielli is the sun, ndriste was shining, thuaj se do të shkrinte krejt borën e dimrit atë ditë. To melt is shkri, and bora e dimrit is the winter snow. Atë ditë, that day. Atë ditë, not this day. This day, for example, in Albanian is këtë ditë, while in this case we have atë ditë, that day. Mbretëresha lindi një vajzë të bukur me lëkurën e bardhë si bora, buzët e kuqe si gjaku dhe flokët e zi e plot shkëlqim si abanozi. We have seen most of these verbs here previously. And to give birth, it's very interesting actually here. To give birth in Albanian is lind. Lind. Vajz e bukur, beautiful girl. So in Albanian again, as you see, the adjective is after the noun. The skin white, had the skin white as snow. Lëkura e bardh si bora. Lips red as blood, buzët e kuqe si gjaku. Flokët e zi si abanozi, the hair black as the ebony. So we have that comparison form as well as we saw it before. So this was the first part of this story. I'm going to continue with the rest of the story in other videos. So you are going to learn more vocabulary. I hope also that you learn the structure of the sentences of the Albanian language, so the sentences in Albanian language, and also some grammar as well. So let me know your thoughts. I want maybe to ask you a question at the end. How did you like this story? Si or sa e pëlqeve këtë video? How much did you like this video? Faleminderit!